One person dead, several others hurt during a fire at the Village West apartments near 58th Avenue and Urban Street in Arvada. Officers' body camera video captured some of the evacuations. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon is joining us live from the scene once again this morning. Courtney, officers went door to door trying to get people out of their apartments.
Yeah, absolutely, Corey. And we're going to show you that video here in a second. They were the first ones here on scene yesterday morning at Village West Apartments. They went inside that burning building door to door, like you said, waking people up, trying to warn them what was happening. Let's take a look at that body cam footage.
Everybody exit the building! The building's on fire!
As the fire started just after midnight yesterday, you can see the officer running and yelling for people to get out. They ran through the smoke-filled hallways, waking up people who lived there. One person who was trapped in a first-floor unit passed away. 2 residents and 2 Arvada police officers were also taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. They have since been released. 1 unit was destroyed and 2 others were heavily damaged in the fire.
It was so close to us. I mean, just 1 unit over and across the hallway. So I'm just thankful that, we got out.
Arvada Fire says that several people also had to be rescued from their balconies because the hallways quickly filled up with a lot of heavy smoke. In total, 12 units, people from 12 units were displaced from this apartment building. So far, there's no word yet on what caused the fire.
The officers jumping into action like that video is incredible.
Absolutely, and you got to know that they saved lives yesterday morning when they got here. They were first ones on scene. You could see those flames roaring, yet they still went in there, made sure that they knocked on every single unit in there to make sure that people got out safely. Yeah, they didn't wait for the fire crews to arrive. They didn't have the proper gear on, but they still went door to door to get as many people out as possible. Pretty incredible. Courtney, thank you.
Right now, family and friends of Logan Rockland are asking for people's help to track down the driver who hit and killed him in Denver. Rockland was riding his bike through the crosswalk at 38th and Sheridan last Friday night around 8:30, and police say someone hit him and then took off. Rockland's family has put a ghost bike at the intersection now to mark that spot. Denver police think the driver in one of these 2 cars captured in blurry video is responsible. Police say the car may have damage to the driver's side, and they're asking anyone with information about the crash to call Crime Stoppers.
Well, what started as a trespassing call in a small Colorado town ended with a high-speed chase and a shootout that killed a man. It started just before noon yesterday in Kersey, that's just east of Greeley. The Weld County Sheriff's Office says they got a call about a man and a woman trying to steal cars and break into homes in the area. The Sheriff's Office says they chased the suspect's car on I-76 at times, going more than 100 miles per hour. The chase ended at the exit in Hudson, where deputies performed a pit maneuver. That's when they say the man fired once at a Hudson police officer, and officers then shot back. The man died at the hospital. The Sheriff's Office couldn't tell us if any officers were hurt in the crash, and we don't know if the woman seen trying to steal cars was in the car during the chase and the shootout. The critical incident response team is handling the investigation. They had minutes to get out, to leave their homes and hope for the best. Far too many returned to rubble. As we approach the 1-year mark since the Marshall Fire, we want to take a few moments to look back and hear from those most impacted by the lessons they learned that day.
I see the fire. It's a straight line fire going north and south on Marshall Road. So I take a picture of it, a couple pictures of it, and I called my daughter up and I said, I got pictures of it, and I think, famous last words, I think they got it under control. So I was first driving down McCaslin after coming up South Boulder Road, and I saw this one lone guy on the corner of McCaslin and Via Appia trying to put the fire out on the grass. Very brave person, don't know who he was, but he was not, not successful, but at least he was trying. The house was smelling smoky. Nothing was on fire. Nothing on the block was on fire yet. I stood by the window to look west, and all I saw was the billowing smoke coming in. But then what got me nervous was it was cold that day, but the heat was coming through the window, and I could feel my face like hot, like I stuck my head in the oven. And I was just like, okay, that's not good. So that's when I said, okay, I gotta get out. So I didn't even grab anything. And in retrospect, there was a handful of things I should have grabbed.
What they went through. Oh my goodness. Well, we have spent months compiling these stories. Our entire in-depth project is online. You can walk through the map and see what happened minute by minute as the state's most destructive fire spread. Just go to marshallfiremap.com.
And let's take a look at our stats for today. Only going for a high of 33 degrees, well below the normal high of 44. Normal low is 18. The record high, 68 from 1921. And we have 3 years in a row of record highs from 2008. This is the middle one, 19 below.
Ed, thank you so much. Quick check on your drive here. This is I-25 and Thornton Parkway. Smooth sailing, light volume across the metro. We're quiet, but I do have a heads up from Tuesday's blizzard. We still have impacts on the roads. All the red icons you're seeing across the map here on the northeast part of the state are closures that are still in effect.
And Erica, thank you so much. A crypto billionaire arrested this week had donated to some of Colorado's top Democrats. A grand jury indictment says that money was stolen from investors. Sam Bankman-Fried is the founder of a now bankrupt cryptocurrency company, FTX. He was arrested Monday and indicted on charges of fraud. In the years leading up to his arrest, he and his family made millions of dollars in on-the-record donations to Democratic lawmakers and PACs. As first reported by Colorado Public Radio, that includes thousands of dollars to Senator John Hickenlooper and Representatives Joe Neguse and Brittany Pedersen. Prosecutors allege Bankman-Fried also made a similar level of dark money contributions to Republican causes, and Bankman-Fried himself bragged about secretly funding Republicans during a recent interview. A spokesperson with Senator Hickenlooper's office tells us the senator plans to donate the $3,000 donated to his PAC to a victims' compensation fund or a charity. Pedersen and Neguse's offices told CPR they have or will donate that money as well.
The city of Denver is expanding its operation to house hundreds of migrants unexpectedly showing up from the southern border. The city converted one rec center into temporary housing, and now it's adding 2 more. 300 migrants have arrived, and the city doesn't know how many more to expect. The migrants have said they coordinated their own trips here from cities like El Paso, Texas. The city's asking faith groups, nonprofits, and other private organizations to help the housing effort by contacting Denver's Emergency Operations Center.